All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Tuesday. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I just sold my Megal stock. Sorry, I'm a little bit delayed here, but something crazy going on with Megal stock right now. And so I just had to sell and complete my swing trade on Megal. Just made thousands of dollars here. So Megal, who knew, right? Who knew? It's like, right, crypto's boring. It's like Megal stock going crazy. So if you own any of it right now, do a limit order sell because it's up 50% after market. It's up 50%. Oh, that's why I follow this crazy, stupid Chinese stock. But we're here to talk about Dogecoin too. Dogecoin, 1690. Not too bad recovery from where we were this morning. Dogecoin moving up. That's pretty good. 1669 is my yellow line. 1669. If you saw my video this morning, I was talking about that. And we were looking at where our levels of support were going to be. Dogecoin did drop below 16.5 and hit about 1642, 1643 on the dip. Right when the stock market opened this morning. That's where it was. So with the recovery coming back, showing good, strong trading throughout the afternoon as we work to reclaim 17 cents. So that's what we're going to look at Dogecoin to do. Bitcoin getting back over 95K. 94 was the yellow line that we had, which was synonymous with that 1669 Doge. Just touched over 95K, now at 90. Yeah, just hitting 95 again. So we'll be watching those two narratives during the live stream. Dogecoin reclaiming 17 cents, Bitcoin reclaiming $95,000. So David, you got some at 16.5, buying on the dip. Good job buying on the dip for Dogecoin. So Dogecoin. But you know what? Big things are being built. Big things are being built for Doge. What is Kriss talking about? Well, first, again, this is revisiting what I talked about this morning. If you didn't see my morning video, key levels for Doge. And I said 1669. Trader Allen just gives this kind of fuzzy purple box. But we had 2 points of resistance back in April until the blue, when we blew above that resistance box, came back, retested it, moved higher, retested it twice, and then Alan was saying, yeah, retest it twice and then move up higher. Well, guess what? We actually moved lower this morning. We came below the purple box. And now we're moving back up. Ramon, are you okay? We don't care about ETH. We really don't care about ETH. We've talked about ETH. We really don't care about it. ETH is no longer proof of work. ETH is going to be challenged, may not even hit a new all-time high. ETH has its own challenges. So, whatever. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about Doge OS. Big things being built on Dogecoin. huge announcement today. Huge announcement for Doge. Much wow, very funded. Doge OS just raised $6.9 million in funding to turn Dogecoin into the internet's favorite app layer. Big thanks to Polychain for leading the round and to all our amazing supporters backing the mission. We're just getting started. So what is this? So here's the article from the block on Doge OS raising $6.9 million in a funding round to launch a Dogecoin app layer. We've been talking about Doge OS, and there's a beta out there that has been developed and what this can lead to. Aiden, very little funding compared to what? Compared to no funding, I'll take $6.9 million. No problem. $6.9 million, you can actually do a lot. If you think about the sort of shoestring budget that the Dogecoin developers have been working on for all these years, because they don't get paid, right? There's a tip jar. That's it. There's a tip jar for the Doge devs. They don't get paid. 6.9 million, I'll take it. That's awesome. That helps get developers working on this app layer, Doge OS, to build huge things for Dogecoin. So I'll take it. Now, if you compare that round of funding to something in some other business that's not related to crypto, well, you can't compare. You just can't compare. So, Aiden, dude, 0 versus 6.9, I'll take the 6.9. Oh my God. I'm not trying to manufacture cars here, dude. It's software application. God. Wow. We've got a testy audience already, and I just got started, and I'm breaking big news here. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Anyway, Doge OS, the app layer for the Dogecoin ecosystem, today announced successful closing of a $6.9 million funding round led by Polychain Capital. This capital infusion will fuel the expansion of Doge OS, an application layer built on Dogecoin, designed to empower developers to build a wide range of consumer apps, from gaming to artificial intelligence, while strengthening the Doge network state and advancing Dogecoin as the people's currency. That is awesome. That is awesome. The $6.9 million raised will be allocated to launching the Doge OS platform, expanding developer tools, and forging partnerships to drive adoption. Key initiatives include the launch of X-native applications and integrations to support next-generation AI and DeFi. Doge OS aims to make Dogecoin more than a meme coin. It's a movement to create a fun, inclusive, and powerful digital economy. For those that don't want to go through all the text and read, let's say what the funds will be allocated to. Launching the Doge OS platform, building infrastructure to support developers and creating consumer apps on the Dogecoin blockchain. Expanding developer tools, forging partnerships, supporting X-native applications, unlocking DeFi opportunities. These initiatives aim to shift Dogecoin from a meme coin to a multifunctional ecosystem with real-world use cases. If you're not excited about this, I can't help you. Most of you just want price to go up. Well, what does it take this cycle to get price to go up? It's not a tweet from Elon Musk. So get with the program, real world utility. That's what Dogecoin needs, because people aren't going to be buying it based on hype this cycle, as I've been saying for a long time. So what can I say? Big things are being built for Doge. That's the message today. If you think that Dogecoin's going to wait for ETH, then sell your Dogecoin and go buy a bunch of Ethereum, right? That's all I can say. Go buy your ETH. Aiden, I've already made it. I don't even know who the hell you are. I've already made it. So, doesn't bother me. I've already made it. So that's what's going on. That is huge. Huge news for Doge OS and Polychain Capital leading the funding round. I know, KB. What about that Megal, right? I just sold mine. That's why I was late getting started with today's live stream, is because I was booking my profits on my swing trade on Megal. It's actually up a little higher than what I sold it at now. I'm surprised, but it's going crazy after market. The Megal thing, I told you, KB, it's like free money. Free money. Now we just have to wait for it to go back down to buy back in. Megal. It's free money. How much did I actually profit on that? I didn't even calculate that, what my profit was, because I was so busy getting ready for the live stream here, right when this Megal thing took off. Yeah, it was about $2,000 a profit on a $3,000 bet is what that was. That's not too bad. Yeah, just hit $2. I see that, KB. I see that, $2. I bought mine at $1.29. I don't know what this is based on, but this is crazy. Crazy aftermarket trading. China is using Megal to pay Trump tariffs. Yeah. Right. Right. I'll get back to the rest of my news in a minute. I want to see what. See, Ryan wants free money, right? You got it. You got it. Grab your profits and run. That's the thing about swing trading, right? You don't mess around. Now, it's gone up a lot higher than where I sold it at, but that's okay. I'm fine. I booked my profit. Actually, higher than I thought I was going to be selling it for. Got a lot of people buying at $2 right now, and they're going to be sitting with a bag because Megal's going to go back down. It always does. It always does. I have to join you on the Megal thing. Doge is on the right track. Doge OS, great news. The MyDoge wallet is awesome. The Doge OS is going to be awesome too. So when I get frustrated, I buy more Dogecoin. The MACD is about to flip bullish. Yeah, Javier, we were looking at that. I was looking at the 4-hour chart this morning. This is what I was looking at on the MACD right here on the 4-hour. Somebody said, look at the weekly. I'm saying, let's look at the daily first. See, the daily was actually flipping to red right now. So the daily MACD, yeah, that's not looking great. Flipping over to red. But the weekly MACD is slowly starting to flip back to green. But the weekly just takes so long. So I was looking at the 4-hour this morning, showing that because that will turn green faster, and it is getting close to that crossover there. And someone in the comments was like, oh, you can't look at the 4-hour, you got to look at the weekly. And I'm just like, whatever, dude, whatever. But that's what I was looking at. You know, the 1650 was actually a good price to buy on the dip this morning, looking at these charts. That is a good dip buying right there. For those interested in buying Dogecoin on a dip, there's probably someone who's going to come along and say, oh, 10 cents, mark my words, right? 10-cent Doge, mark my words. And I'm like, yeah, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. I know, we got rockets, right, Ramon? Rockets. Thank you, Miguel. We're having fun. We are having fun. So what do you say, Ramon? It's a fact. Doge and 98% of alts will not come to fruition without all-time high ETH. I hate to give a flying F about ETH, but I'm 11 years experienced enough to know alt season doesn't exist without ETH. Well, I think you're about to learn doesn't have to be that way this time. If you're waiting on ETH, good luck. I'm not. Dogecoin can lead alt season. That is my narrative. I'm sticking to it. Dogecoin leading alt season. Boss, you made 1100 on Megal. Awesome. Told you guys, Megal. Who knew? Who knew? What's going on with Megal? I don't know. I haven't had time to look at the news yet because it just started happening right when I was about to start this live stream. And I was like, whoa, Megal, wait, I got to take my profit. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with Megal. I don't see anything in the news because Megal is never in the news. I got nothing. So, but it's going crazy after market right now. And it waited till 4 o'clock to start going crazy. That's how manipulated this stupid stock is. Still up 60% after market right now at $1.90. It was just over $2. It's going to come crashing back down. And then we'll be looking at buy-in opportunities again. Not a fact, dude. Not a fact about your ETH narrative. We've been talking over the past couple months about my idea, and I'm the only one saying this. I haven't heard anybody else saying this, but ETH is suffering because it's no longer a proof of work cryptocurrency. Lost all the miners, still had high gas fees, still slow as anything. So ETH has just been plodding along while Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance continues to go up. ETH is suffering. But that doesn't stop other cryptocurrencies from doing well. I mean, look at SWI, right? Look at the momentum SWI has. It doesn't need ETH, right? In fact, it's in competition with ETH and actually performing much, much better than ETH as well. We don't need ETH for alt season. ETH is a big, heavy market cap. Yes, it can be overcome. You bought some contracts on Robinhood on the Fed rate decision. What did you buy? No rate cut? You don't get much back, though, on those contracts for a no rate cut. Exactly, Mars. Doge will lead alt season because that was my narrative from the last bull run as well. Alt season didn't take off until January 28th, 2021, last cycle, and that was Doge. And Doge led it. Jay Powell does nada tomorrow. Exactly. Just because it has always been doesn't mean it always will be. Exactly my point. Because ETH is not the same as it was 4 years ago. ETH was a very popular proof of work cryptocurrency 4 years ago. Now, it's a stupid proof of stake. The miners have all left. That's why you're going to see Dogecoin do very, very well. Mars is in the house. What is the symbol? It's MEGL, called Megal. MEGL for Magic Empire Global Limited. Megal. You can look at it on your stock app. Going crazy after market. It did absolutely nothing trading today. And all of a sudden, 4 o'clock hits and boom. I booked my profit. I could have waited about 5 more minutes and gained more, but I had a show to do. And I actually made more than I thought I would when I sold. So I'm happy with that. Is Dogecoin going to go down to 16 cents? It's not looking like it right now, aesthetic. It's looking like 1650 was the bottom of this dip, and Doge is moving higher. Now, could we see something tomorrow around the Fed rate announcement and Chair Powell's speech, remarks, Q&A that might cause some volatility, and we might see some big up and down? That could happen. If you're looking to buy on a dip, be ready. Be ready to buy on a dip. No, Craig, Megal is a stock. It's not a crypto. It's a stock. It's a stupid shell Chinese company that just does crazy stock trading every now and then. That's all it is. I traded on Robinhood. 80 cents. Mark my words, some idiot says. Do you mean 80 cents or do you mean 8 cents? Because I'm taking that to mean 0.8, which is 80 cents. I'll take that. Elon Musk should be funding Doge project, pushing up its price. Instead, he is letting it dump back to 10 cents. Wow, dude, you are just off your rocker. Elon has nothing to do with the Dogecoin price. God. Oh, FOMO in on Megal at $2. Probably not a good idea unless it goes to 3. Yeah, it's probably not going to 3. We'll see. It's still trading. $1.92 right now after market. I'm watching it. But that's some crazy trading after market. I think we're going to see it maybe start to slow down a bit, and then the price is going to come slowly back down. I've watched this stock many, many times, Adam. Watched it many, many times. Still buying up all this Doge. These fools are selling. Yep. You're disappointed in Elon Musk. Oh, God, dude. Oh. Unironically still shilling for ETH. Yeah, I agree with that. I know. There's so much other stuff going on. People just not paying attention to what's being built outside of the Elon sphere, right? We don't need the Elon sphere. Going to the Gulf of America, Bruce. West Coast time. Again, West Coast. Cool. Tell me when to buy back in. Wish I could. All right, Megal is slowly going down, back down to $1.80 now, as I predicted. Hey, Sunshine, how are you? Yeah, I know. People just getting a little anxiety. That's all. Yeah, Jason, but you got to be careful. When Vitalik was talking about Dogecoin #2, that's when ETH was going through its transition to proof of stake, and he wanted Dogecoin to also go proof of stake so that he could build a bridge between ETH and Doge. And the Dogecoin community said, no, thank you, Vitalik. No, thank you. No, thank you. Don't want to give up proof of work. It's still on the Dogecoin Foundation, their trail map about this conversion to proof of stake. It's still on there. So somebody seems to still want it. But I think they're just behind in updating their website, because I think ETH has shown that transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake was not a good idea. Not a good idea. Aiden, dude, you haven't been here. I've been talking about this since January. So you're coming in here and bitching and complaining about Dogecoin, and you have no idea. These people act like crypto market can't function without ETH as if there's something special about it. There ain't. Exactly. There isn't. There absolutely isn't. I've been saying that for months. This whole ETH narrative was just like, oh, ETH has got to go up in order for alt season to start and to make Bitcoin dominance go down. Well, that second part is actually true, because Bitcoin dominance is pretty much Bitcoin versus Ethereum, because Ethereum is such a big market cap. Again, Ethereum's market cap is $215 billion. So compared to Dogecoin at 25 billion, that's equal to like eight Dogecoins, right? Almost nine times Dogecoin's market cap. So the price of Dogecoin versus Bitcoin doesn't have the same effect as ETH versus Bitcoin, just because ETH still has this big market cap. But the gap between Bitcoin and ETH and market cap has just continually been growing wider and wider and wider. ETH is losing its footing, is what's happening. So, yeah, I mean, SWI, which I had been calling for 2 years to be a top 10 crypto, is now up to number 11 and has a lot of momentum and a lot of people looking at it like, I might build on SWI instead of ETH for developers. But now we've got Dogecoin with Doge OS getting funding for fun and playful things to be built on Doge. Maybe some people will start taking Doge a little more seriously too. Who knows? Who knows? Doge got rejected at 1698 right here. Didn't quite make 17, but again, that's Bitcoin as well. Flipped over 95K and then is coming back down. So Doge is kind of following Bitcoin right now. Missed the beginning. A lot of excitement about the Megal stock at the beginning. And then I talked about the Doge OS news. I'll follow up again a little later because I know there's some latecomers coming in. The ETH baggies are huffing outrageous amounts of copium. Last several months were proof that ETH doesn't actually influence anything. Jay? That's a great way of summing that up. I agree. I agree. Doge isn't doing much better than ETH. Well, do we have a Doge ETH comparison chart? I wonder. I've never looked at this. Doge versus ETH, right? Aha. Gemini has one. A Doge ETH chart. See what that looks like. Actually, Doge is outperforming ETH since 2024. So, Mr. Adin, you are incorrect. Since January of 2024, Dogecoin is outperforming ETH by 200%. Dude, do your research before you start saying stuff. Dogecoin outperforming ETH by 200%. You're not going to make it, dude. You're not going to make it. Bears will always be bears. Yep, Mars. Adam's been to Clearwater. I've never been to Clearwater. Nope, haven't been up there. Been to Tampa, been south, but haven't been up to Clearwater yet. True. Alts have been very disappointing. That is true. And a lot of that is pretty much based on institutions pushing Bitcoin. Institutions aren't buying alts, and there's not a lot of free money for retailers to be buying a bunch of alts. So the alts are all kind of battling it out while Bitcoin remains dominant. That's what we have this year so far. We've got the big Bitcoin ETFs. We've got institutions, governments, companies buying Bitcoin, but we don't have anything like that coming in for alts. Now, will ETFs into XRP, Solana, Dogecoin start getting more money flowing into alts? Possibly. Possibly, we could see that. Yep. I know, Ramon. I know you've got a big bag of Doge. Patience. And you own 0 ETH. So you've done much better. 200% better with your bag of Doge than you've done with your bag of ETH. So not bad. Aiden, no. It's all Elon's fault. Exactly. Things may be different. Exactly, Bruce. Megal, buy again, back around $1.20. Yep, that's what I'll be looking for. It may take a little while to get back down there, but it will. You're a big Dogecoin holder, but yet you're just holding on to this whole Elon Musk thing. If you're only into Dogecoin because of Elon Musk, you got to look in the mirror, dude. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Aiden as well. Yep. Cheers, Danny. How are you? The India-Pakistan thing, that's been brewing, Hamid. No, Kid Corso, it is the Gulf of America. It's the Gulf of America. There's no should be in crypto. Has nothing to do with it. Elon likes Dogecoin, but he is not Dogecoin. Exactly. You were expecting Dogecoin to be $2 this cycle. Man, you just don't have a clue. Dreams, hopes do not make you profitable in crypto. I do recall an EOS thing about ETH, but I don't remember exactly what that was, because I wasn't really into the ETH narrative as much back then. But I do recall that. I think that was more based on like China or something, if I recall. Yep. Hey, Tony, great question. For those that don't know, proof of stake versus proof of work. So Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and a number of others are proof of work cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin was the OG, right? And the idea with Bitcoin is that there is a distribution of new coins that are made as each new block is made on the blockchain. What each new block does is validates all of the transactions, in Bitcoin's case, over the past 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, a new block is created on the blockchain. And miners then solve the complicated mathematical equations, right, in order to gain that block, be rewarded in Bitcoin, validating the transactions on the blockchain, which keeps double spending from happening. That is proof of work. Okay. It also keeps the blockchain safe and secure. Again, Bitcoin blockchain has never been hacked, right? There's no way to do it. Can't be done. That's proof of work. Litecoin was made as a cheaper version of Bitcoin. Instead of 21 million, it's 84 million. Instead of a block time of 10 minutes, it's a block time, I think, of 4 minutes, if I remember. There were a bunch of other cryptos being made in that 2012, 2013 timeframe. And it was getting crazy when Jackson Palmer came up with the idea of just making a crypto off of the Doge meme. Billy Marcus saw his post. Billy Marcus had been playing around with blockchain design, had made his own called Bells, which was a fork of Lucky Coin, which was also a fork off of Litecoin, using the script algorithm. And Billy contacted Jackson and said, hey, I can make Dogecoin for you. And Jackson was like, oh, we got to do this. And so they made it just for the fun of it. But it's also proof of work. Now, in 2014, they changed the design a little bit, because initially it was going to be this varying amount of Doge being awarded to the miners. Dogecoin has a new block created every 1 minute, with rewards going to the miners every minute. But it was going to be variable, and actually when Dogecoin was first created, it had a hard cap too, but it was going to be all released like within a year. And the Dogecoin community was kind of like, we want this thing to last longer. This is fun. They all got together. They decided to make a fork of Doge, which is the Doge we have now. 10,000 new Doge every 1 minute goes to the miner. So that is proof of work. Proof of stake doesn't have mining. They just mint tokens, and they try and get people to lock them up or stake them so they don't get a run on their crypto. So they call it proof of stake. And then when you stake those tokens, you can get rewarded with the release of new tokens, or tokens out of a kitty of tokens that they have set aside for people to actually secure their cryptocurrency by staking their tokens. The difference between tokens and coins, that as well. So if you want more detail, ask Grok, right? Do some research about it, but that's the big picture of proof of work versus proof of stake. I don't follow Toshi, Ryan, so I don't know. What's up, Blake? Christoph is here, all caught up. The late crew. Oh, Doge for the win. Does anybody hold a green lane? Don't know what that is, Guardian. Don't know what that is. I know, 200% sunshine. Dogecoin has outperformed ETH by 200% since the beginning of 2024. I just picked that. I was just like, because I know Doge has done better than ETH. And I'm winning. The Fed's going to bring us down more. Why is that, Pedro? We all know what they're going to say. I know exactly what he's going to say. No interest rate cuts. I've been saying this for a month. No interest rate cut. There's still the unknown inflation to be caused by tariffs. And that's it. We already know that. This shouldn't be news to anybody, but everybody's going to be freaked out about it tomorrow. And it's just like, you already know what he's going to say. Because last month, he was at a talk that we showed live where he said that exact same thing. Doge is the only way to go. Aesthetic. What time is my stream going to be? It's going to be tomorrow night. It's going to be a late night stream tomorrow. It's going to be late night. A different time. I'm not expecting a lot of people to be here, but maybe I'll get some new people coming in that aren't normally around at this hour. So going to be a late night. That's why you got to be subscribed. You got to have your notifications on so you know when I start it up. It could be as late as 10 o'clock East Coast time. Late night. For you in the EU, sorry, it's going to be middle of the night for you guys for Wednesday's stream. When's Megal going to flip again? I have no idea. It takes patience to just watch it. Just watch it. This was totally unexpected tonight for Megal to just take off like this. But that's why you swing trade it, right? That's why you get in, you hold, and you wait for something like this to happen. And then you sell, you take your profit, and then you wait for it to go back down again, because it will. Who cares about the ETF? If Elon isn't going to do something with Dogecoin, I'm going to sell my coins. Oh, God, okay. You are just... Oh, maybe you are the Elon bootlicker. People accusing me of being an Elon bootlicker, and I haven't even been talking about Elon when it's you all along. Doge doesn't need Elon. If he's there, okay. If not, exactly. Still okay. Gulf of America for the win. This is your time. Opportunity to buy more Doge on the dips. Some people are waiting, but pity party over. Let's go Doge. Pump to 20 cents. Think back 25. Start recovering. Yes. Will take a while. Peace Chance. Never heard of ZBEC, but good luck with your ZBECs. Can't we just be honest? Stock Boom says. The news is made around the global economic algorithms and we live in the matrix. Yes, we are in a matrix. Exactly. Seriously considering selling all my Doge for Megal. Wow. Hey, wait for Megal to go back down. Don't buy it up here. After a 60% aftermarket run, you don't buy Megal up here. Right says, yeah, buy it now. Sell your Doge at 16 cents and buy Megal at like $2. That's a winning strategy. Good evening, Jaded. Hey, Weather Girl. Happy to be here. Overheard I was booking a hotel that your Megal swing went well. Yep. Megal. It's free money. I told you guys. Free money. Oh. Han Daniel thinks XRP will replace ETH. XRP. So XRP has to double while ETH is standing still. So XRP to $4 while ETH is standing still. And then XRP will flip ETH. That will be huge when that happens. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but it could. It could. For XRP lovers out there. Nope, XRP can run on its own, Javier. It doesn't need ETH. We've seen that with XRP. In fact, I can probably go to this chart and maybe there's an XRP versus ETH. Yeah, XRP ETH. Here we go. Look at that. XRP outperforming ETH. Look at that. Also, since the beginning of 2024, we can say, hey, XRP has outperformed ETH by 400%. XRP does not need ETH. XRP has outperformed ETH by 400%. So, no, XRP doesn't need ETH. That proves it right there. Holding Dogecoin feels like holding a dynamite. Adine. Ugh. When will all buys be on Doge? Knockstars, that's a great question. You know, news like today, like this funding round for Doge OS, again, things continuing to be built up on Dogecoin. And it's the little things this time. It's these things that give Doge utility that is going to make Dogecoin successful now. People like Adine waiting for a tweet from Elon Musk. That's hopes and prayers. And that was 2021. We did that in 2021. I've consistently been saying for years that this cycle, Dogecoin is not going to be, it's not going to be built around Elon tweeting it and Elon supporting it. It needs to have its own utility. This is doing it. What the House of Doge is doing, what Doge OS is doing is big. It's big for Dogecoin. It's not the make Doge like go up 100% in a day kind of thing. It's the slow and steady things that build it. So that's what we've got this time. Yes, Sonic, you can buy and sell Megal stock after hours on the Robinhood app. You have to use limit orders, though. You can only do limit orders after hours, which is what I did when I sold mine. Did a limit order sell, it sold, because you can't do market orders after hours, only limit orders. What happened is they pumped Sol XRP, Bitcoin, and that's been the hype narrative to sell your other long holds. Didn't take the bait, you'll get rewarded soon. Solana, XRP, Bitcoin are all going to do well. ETH will probably do okay, but it's not going to lead alt season this upcoming rest of the bull market. We've already seen that. Dean probably bought at 40 cents. If you bought at 40 cents, it's going to be a long, long wait. Kid Corso, you're looking for shit going to put just a bit of money in. Hopefully make a bit. Pirate. Well, that if it's swinging back and switching back and forth between gainers and losers, that might be one to swing trade then. If you want to do some swing trading. So it's all a gamble, though. It's a gamble. I prefer to swing trade with stocks instead of crypto. That's what I do. Christoph, some of us have to work for a living. Yep. QE needs to start. You don't think it's going to be for a while? I think they could slowly start changing it from tightening to easing. Keep interest rates where they are, but they could begin that. We'll see what Chirpao says tomorrow. Oh yeah, $2 or $3 is super moon boy stuff for Doge. This cycle, yes, absolutely. Every time anyone starts talking about it, I'm always like, let's see if we can get $1 first before we start talking about 2 or 3, because even that's going to be hard to do. Good morning, Anthony. How are you? Did you buy the dip? Did you buy any more Doge? The Fed fear is already priced in, Danny. However, you will see Wednesday afternoon, there'll still be some price action up and down. Happens every time. Watch Tom Crown. He'll be covering it live. Tom will be covering it live, and he always has his little predictors. What's going to happen at 2 o'clock? What's going to happen at 2:30? What's going to happen at 3 o'clock? And he's almost always correct. It depends on what the price action is leading up to 2 o'clock. If the price is going up, then he's going to predict it to drop down and then come back up. But if the price is going down coming into that interest rate announcement, even though we already know it's going to be no change, then the price is going to spike up and then it's going to come back down. It happens every time. Every time. The last time Feds kept interest rate the same, but the market did have volatility right there between 2 and 3 o'clock. Happens every time. Up and down action. There are people who are swing trading exactly for that hour. Again, watch Tom Crown if you don't believe me, because Tom says the same thing. Leading right up till 2 o'clock. Same thing happens. Elon can't change Dogecoin to proof of stake. Elon doesn't own Dogecoin, Adine. Now you're starting to show how stupid you sound. Elon should change Dogecoin to proof of stake. You haven't been paying attention to what Elon actually says. What Elon was encouraging the Dogecoin devs to do back in 2021, to increase the speed and lower the fees as a proof of work cryptocurrency, because Elon believes in that. Yes, if Javier, I believe if Chirpao even suggests quantitative easing, and somebody will ask the question, if he doesn't say it during his statement, the question will be asked by someone in the press about QE. And if he even hints that there's going to be some movement there, that'll be good for the markets. It doesn't necessarily have to say quantitative easing has started, but just sound a little dovish, right? Not hawkish, but dovish towards that. That'll be good. Hey, Ali, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, Knockstars, it's not going to be people selling Bitcoin for alts. It's going to be the new buyers coming in buying alts. That's the only way Bitcoin dominance is going to come back down. It's not going to be a rotation. There'll probably be some retailers might sell some of their Bitcoin into alts, but it's not going to be a huge thing like we've seen in previous cycles. This cycle is being dominated, so to speak, by institutions, governments, big companies buying Bitcoin, the Bitcoin ETFs. So it's not going to be that rotation from Bitcoin to alts. It's going to be the new people coming in, new buyers, which I've said we're not going to see Bitcoin dominance back to 40%. We're not going to see it. It's not going to drop like that. We're not going to have this huge alt season. We'll have a mini alt season, yes. And Dogecoin will lead it because new buyers will come in and they will buy Dogecoin. That's what I think. Yes, and if you zoom out a little more, Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin and, of course, gold. Yeah, Elon's only been doing like little winks and nods about Dogecoin. He hasn't done it just a straight out Dogecoin tweet in years. That's correct. But he's done little things supporting Dogecoin, just not outward like tweeting about it like he did before. No, Ali, the India-Pakistan thing is not going to cause markets to crash. That's not a big enough thing. The India-Pakistan unease has been going on for years. This was almost expected. It's not going to cause a huge crash in the market, in my opinion. No way, 200%. Well, the charts don't lie, dude. The charts don't lie. Tony, appreciate the super sticker. Thank you. You're welcome. XCN, Tony. I don't follow XCN, to be honest with you. Onyx had that big run back last fall, was it? When it went on its crazy run, but then it lost a lot of it. When was that? Yeah, it went up here in mid-April, but this was the big run. Oh, it was January. Yeah, it was January. Everyone was talking about Onyx coin in January. It went on this huge run and then sold off big. April, secondary run. It looks like to be selling off again, though. Not a great looking chart. That's pretty weak there. That's like swing trading and big profit taking is what that looks like for XCN. Will it come back down to below a penny? Maybe. I mean, looking at the chart, maybe that would be a good entry point to swing trade, would be for XCN, see if it comes back below a penny. That's what I would be looking for. I mean, that's quite a big, still a 50% drop from where it is now, because it's 1.5 right now. That would be a big drop, but that's where it was here. And that was before the big dip on April 7th, Liberation Day. It was below a penny. That's what I would look for. Your next paycheck is going to go into ETH. Good luck with your ETH purchase, Adine. Good afternoon, CDC. How are you? I know the whole Elon, and people were, remember when people were calling me an Elon bootlicker? And it's like, I've been anything but that for years. Just like, I don't know where that all was coming from, because I'm just like, I have some fun on X doing some Elon tweets. That's always fun, but it doesn't mean like I'm relying on Elon to boost the price of Doge, because I've been saying the exact opposite for years. Right. And I'm an Elon fan. I appreciate what Elon has done. He's like the richest person in the world. He's successful. He's built so many great companies, but that doesn't mean I need him to pump the price of Dogecoin. What's up, Steven? Anthony, big things building for Doge? That doesn't mean it's going to have a run, Anthony. I didn't say that. And if you listen to me, it would be like my whole narrative about Dogecoin this cycle is not huge runs based on hype, because it'll just get shorted back down, but slow and steady gains built on things actually being built for Dogecoin and its utility. And that's what we're seeing. Yeah, don't buy Megal at $2. Somebody did. And they're just holding the bag. Now it's at $1.78 after market. Still up 50%, but $1.78. Someone's trying to keep it up. There's a huge bid, 12,000 shares, huge bid on Megal at 12,000 at $1.78. I don't know why a market maker would be trying to hold it up. Something goofy going on with Megal. You got a market maker with a 12,000 share bid at $1.78, trying to keep the price up. Wow. Oh, wow. I know, Ryan. I don't know where people think Elon controls Dogecoin. He doesn't own it. He doesn't control it. Oh. You sold at $1.38. Yeah, I know, Jay. I told you I was still holding. I was waiting for $1.50. I sold at $1.72. It went up to $2. Who knew, right? Just crazy aftermarket trading on Megal today. Absolute craziness. It'll come back down. We'll do it again. I'd rather Doge be the number one. Yes. Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin and be the number one cryptocurrency in the world. Yes. Doge. Niels is getting a little XRP. You'll make money on XRP. I still think Doge will outperform it from these levels, but not bad to diversify and have some XRP. I just don't believe in the project. I don't like the project, but if you're wanting to make money, Campo, you just sold on Megal, profit, nice. Wait for the price to come back down and buy in again, and we'll do it again. It'll take about a month. Nothing can be done to bring ETH miners back, because ETH is not going back to proof of work. There's nothing to mine. There's nothing to mine. They've all moved on. Bitcoin, Doge, Caspa, who knows what they're mining. Thanks for TJN. Everybody hit the like button. Appreciate the support. But I've recently heard it's all about ETH. Nope. I agree, Ryan. Zach was better. Exactly. That's what I've been saying, TCG. The faster Doge goes up, the faster it'll come back down. That's not the way for it to hold a higher price. Slow and steady gains are much, much better. Ali, you still hold 29-cent Dogecoins? Patience? Knock stars, the whole Doge father thing is just, it's so over. Bull market over, all in on Megal. There we go. Sure, Adim, do that. All in on Megal. The problem is when Megal isn't going crazy like it is now, it's pretty hard to buy because there's just not a lot of volume. Only at the crazy times. It would be great for the market if they cut interest rates. And that's why Powell won't do it. He doesn't do it for the market. You know, Michael Saylor and his Bitcoin prices, just craziness. Hey, you never know, right? What's the Tom Crown channel? Yeah, just go to YouTube and just type in Tom Crown and you'll see there he is, Tom Crown. And here's his FOMC. You can yeah, let's get past that. I don't want his intro here. So he already has tomorrow's live stream already up, live in 20 hours, starts at 1:30 on Wednesday. Tom Crown. These are very entertaining live streams. The biggest FOMC in history. Tom has a lot of fun. So check that out. I'll be watching that tomorrow afternoon. And then I will have my live stream late tomorrow night because at 4 o'clock, I've got something else I'm doing, so I can't be live streaming then. So, and I'm busy till late, so it's going to be probably 9:30 or 10 o'clock before I can start Wednesday live stream. So it's going to be a late one. It's going to be a late one. Come on, Megal. I'll finish this year's rent after just 3 times. 3x. Yeah, it's not going to 3x today. It ended trading at $1.18 today and then just exploded to $1.70. I took my profits at $1.72, but then it went up to $1.80, $1.90, $2. Now it's at 188. It's being held up by the market maker. I don't know why. The market maker is holding it up, but it is. They must have some big money involved, just making money off it. Elon Musk has too many empty promises. Wow. Yeah, Doug, Elon doesn't believe in Aiden anymore either. Interesting, Anthony. I don't care about proof of work or proof of stake. In my view, it's all about proof of cash. Proof of cash. That's a good idea. Let's make a POC crypto, right? It's just proof of cash. It does nothing but print cash. Proof of stake, proof of cash. That's what we need. Proof of cash. Brian, the full self-driving thing. Yeah. Selling my Tesla? Going back to gas. I never bought a Tesla. I still have my gas card. I love it. So, yeah, Adin is disappointed in his Tesla. Well, nothing wrong with a gas guzzling car. I love it. I never went Tesla. I was thinking about Tesla, and I'm just like, that whole electric vehicle thing, I just like my gas. Mark my words, proof of cash. Exactly, Capo. I like that. Proof of cash, the best cryptocurrency. Wow, Megal, it's going back up again, over $2. Crazy. God, that thing is just being traded like crazy after market. You see slow, steady drops for 3 months, Ali? I see slow, steady sideways with some dips for 3 months, but not drops. Tishmi Bob buying 1 mil Doge. Kriss said so. Kriss said so. That's a pretty loaded chat there. Kriss said so. Hey, Sonic, thanks for the super chat there. Appreciate it. Hey, Daniel, what's up? Waiting for the rate discussion tomorrow? You know what it's going to be. Yeah, Stephen, maybe. Yeah, there was the whole lawsuit thing going on. I think Elon had to pull back. I think as Elon was sort of teasing Doge, when he bought Twitter, changed it to X, started talking about X payments. Yeah, I think I was a bit disappointed back then, but I've changed my tune. Yep. Kilmar, I'm all in on Doge. That means I get to blame Kriss if it doesn't work out. Exactly. I'm the punching bag. I am the punching bag. Anthony, I get what you're saying there, but you can say that about 90% of crypto. It's not just Doge. And I've been talking about bot trading as well. Market makers' involvement, yes. It's not just Dogecoin, Anthony. And you know that. Stephen, I admit, years ago, yes, I was on the Elon bandwagon. Years ago. I haven't said anything like that for years, Stephen. And you know that. For the past couple of years, my narrative has been utility for Dogecoin, not Elon. But I agree. What's with the random Binance coin candle at 11:25 a.m.? On what? On what exchange? Beeb. You have to tell me what exchange you see that on, because on Binance itself, the BNB Tether trading doesn't have some crazy candle at 11:25. Doesn't exist. So that could be on an individual exchange, probably with low liquidity. Somebody had, a limit order set, and then somebody did a market thing and it went crazy because it was low liquidity. That happens. Talked about that before. Most likely that was it. But let me know what exchange you saw that random candle on. because that exchange is the one specifically that probably had low liquidity. Somebody had a super low market order set to buy or a super high market order to sell. I mean, limit order to buy or a high limit order to sell. And somebody just did a market buy or sell, and it either went up to grab that sell or went way down to grab that buy. That's what happens. I am expecting Dogecoin to go to $2 only if Elon Musk stops messing around and deliver what he's promised. Elon promised something? Really? Wow. You have no idea. Doug, what do you think? You think Elon promised something for Adine? Did he promise Adine? Can I recommend something like Megal? There is no other Megal. Megal is Megal. That's why I trade it. Somebody mentioned one last week, some other stock that they've been doing some swing trading on. I don't remember what it was. I should have written it down. But I just do Megal. It's done very well for me. All eyes on Megal. I know, right? Megal had a reverse split. Megal did have a reverse split a couple months ago. You don't want to be in Megal when a reverse split is announced. But right now, it's at $2. It's only going to do a reverse split if it goes way below $1 again. So until then, we're good. Chirpow. It's going to be quite the chirpow day tomorrow, although we all know what he's going to say. No surprise. No surprise tomorrow. Let's go. Tom Lee? I don't know who Tom Lee is. I watch Tom Crown because he's funny and entertaining. Tom Lee, he does Bitcoin stuff. Tom Lee, this stock will make millionaires. Buy now. Wow. That's pretty bold to say that. This stock will make millionaires. Buy now. He seems to be a bigwig. He's on CNBC. He works for something called Fundstrat. Yeah, no thanks. I'll stick with Tom Crown. We need Dogecoin to get to number 2 market cap. All right, Adine. Wait for Elon. You just put $6,000 on Megal? Are you crazy? I didn't say buy Megal now. I didn't say that. I said wait for it to come back down. Oh my God. How did you misinterpret that? Exactly, Ryan, right? No! I didn't say buy Megal now. I just sold. That's like the guy telling me that I was telling everyone to buy Dogecoin at 40 cents. When I sold at 42, I was selling, taking profits, not telling people to buy. This is the same thing on Megal today. No, I did not say buy Megal. Well, I mean, depending on what you bought it for, it's at $2 right now. So you can just sell here. There's a huge wall on the ask at $2. It's not going higher. If you just look at the bid and the ask, it's not going up. You got to learn how to trade stocks. if you're going to get into the swing trade business on stocks. You got to understand what the bid and ask is. You have to know how to look at that and how to understand that. When $18. I know, Harry, right? Ask Ali. Ask our friend Ali when that $18 Doge is coming. Ali knows. Elon has not said that he sold the Dogecoin he owns. Nope. How many Doge is Pax cat worth? That cat is priceless. I bought Megal in the 120s and sold in the 170s. This swing trade. I didn't think I'd be looking at $2 Megal, but it happened. But that's okay. It's just a swing trade. I'm never going to buy the absolute bottom. I'm never going to sell the absolute top. And you can't kick yourself about it because you'll never make it. You can't get upset about that. You do the best you can. I made money. Now it's buying power, and it's just going to sit there and wait for the price to come back down. Exactly, Bruce. The electric cars are fast. If you get a Tesla with ludicrous mode or the Plaid, you can beat just about anything off the start. But there's no sound. There's no sound. You get a hum is all you get. I know Trump wants Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. He will not. Not going to do it. Let's see what the Fed watch tool is right now. It was 93% this morning. What do you think? I'm guessing it's still right around 93%. Let's see what the latest and greatest is. Oh, it's going up. Oh, no, it's right. 97%. Yeah, that's what it was. 97. It's 3 down here. 3%. 3% chance an interest rate cut. 97%. No cut. Now for June, the following 68% no cut, 30% a cut, and there's a 1% chance he cuts 50 basis points. Yeah, that's not happening. Interesting. Interesting. I saw Megal at $1.05 and almost bought some. Now I can see how it trades. Yep. And I will wait. And I will wait till it goes back down and then buy in again for the next swing. Will I receive the current selling price when markets open, or will I receive the current price if I sell all my Megal stock now? If you sell your Megal stock now on a limit order, let's say at $1.94, you'll get $1.94. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow with the Megal stock. I don't know where it's going to be overnight. But if you're holding Megal stock right now, do a limit order sell now, book your profit. Now it's at $1.96, $1.95. You do a limit order sell, you book the profit, you don't wait for tomorrow. Not financial advice. Don't say Kriss told me so, but man, I wish I had waited until 5:30 to sell instead of 4:02 when I sold. $1.94, $1.92 is the bid. $1.92 is the bid right now. I'm new. and you'll get that current price. But it's a limit order sell that you have to do after market. If the market makers were so smart, wouldn't they raise the price super high, get everyone buying at dumb high price? Yeah, but I mean, they have to do it like level by level is what they do, particularly if you want the price to go up. Basically, you need people to buy, and then they raise the bid price, and then more people buy higher, and they slowly keep raising the bid price. That's what keeps a stock going up when it's being manipulated by market makers. And that's what was happening tonight with Megal. Nobody knows Elon's Dogecoin wallet address. Nope. You're into Toshi, Ryan? Yeah, I don't follow Toshi, so I don't know. Yeah. Jerome Powell has consistently said that he's apolitical, not influenced. He just looks at the data. Well, he and his team, right? The committee. The committee isn't just Jerome Powell. It's Powell and the committee. There's like 10 people or something. They met today. They've already decided what they're going to do. Tomorrow will be the announcement and then the press conference. Hey, Tony, how are you? At what price can we start accumulating Doge? 1650 was pretty good price today. That was a nice dip. Right there, right at stock market open this morning at 9:30. Now you can wait for tomorrow in the Fed and see if you can scoop up some on a dip right around 2 o'clock or 2:30. That's something to watch for. You think my narrative on Elon changed in November of 2024? Wow, you've been paying attention that closely? I think it's been longer. But okay. Are we going to make it? I need to buy a Porsche while gas engines are still being made. Yeah, I heard Volkswagens are going to be phasing out gas engines now, going all electric. Will Porsches do the same? I don't know. An electric Porsche just doesn't sound the same, right, Maxim? Just doesn't sound the same. Electric Porsche? What? Kriss promised $1 million. Much sad. I know, right? Yeah, I would not recommend buying Megal at $1.92 right now. And selling Doge at 16.8 cents. No, you take profits on Doge. Again, not financial advice, but this is if I'm doing that kind of swing trade. I wait for a big green candle, right? Big price going up. Take your profit then, right? Not here where it's just fiddling around sideways at 16.8. No, you wait for the big candle going up, big green candle, then you take your profit. And then you wait to buy back in when there's a big red candle going down. All right, Bruce, NFA, but I wouldn't buy Megal right now. And you just know that by listening to me. It's just like, it's common sense. You don't buy Megal right now. Somebody's doing it. Not me. Tom's cool. Trapao might shock the world? I don't know, Bruce. Yeah. And I think he'll do it just because Trump wants him to. But he won't do it. Is Tom Lee always bullish? He looks kind of bullish, just based on what I quickly looked at. Chirpow. Chirpow. Powell's not going to announce he's resigning. No, he's got another year on his contract. He's going to follow it through. Did Elon promise Adine a rose garden? That was good. Never promised you a rose garden. Duh. Thank you, Adam. Duh. That was like a couple streams ago. A few streams ago, we were into the duh thing. That's hilarious. Puffed a joint last night, came to a theory that Trump's going to pass the baton to Powell. Don't know what that means. Pass the baton. No, Megal's not going to reverse split. As long as it's over $1, it's fine. But if it starts falling and it goes down below $1 again, then in a few months, we could maybe see another reverse split. But it'll take a while. If you look at the 4-hour chart for Doge, right, this is what I was using in this morning's video. It's the 4-hour chart of Doge. We broke the support line, tested it as resistance. Yes, we did. 17 cents. We absolutely just did that. And that's what I said beginning of the stream, right? Was let's see if we can get over 17 cents. And it didn't do it. Tested it as resistance and failed. Yep. Great time to get into B3. Menno, I don't know what B3 is. Can't believe people are leaving Dogecoin for Megal. I think some people are thinking about it, Adine. I don't think anyone's actually doing it, except for Han Daniel. But is he joking or not? Buying Megal at the high of the day? I know, right? But yeah, in the end, profit is profit. And I made my profit. Happy with it. Four years into a 4-year cycle, parabolic phase has to be soon. Well, you know when I predicted it. I didn't say it would be parabolic, though. Again, my narrative on this cycle is different than previous cycles. Every single cent is a support resistance for Doge. In other words, it ain't going nowhere in this environment. Well, not huge gains yet. No cut it is. I've been saying that since, I don't remember when I first said that. Probably February. I was already predicting March and May as no cuts. Someone needs to tell folks that buy high, sell low is not a proper trading strategy. Exactly. Buy high, sell low. I just spent 10,000 on Megal. Going all in on Megal. You traded some alpaca last night, Anthony? Alpaca's been doing crazy trading lately. I know. Alpaca. That's on a 4-hour chart. Let me go to the 2-hour. Yeah, look at this. It did go on a run last night, right? That was, yeah, last night, this morning. Yeah, alpaca's got some crazy trading going on, a lot like Megal. This could be a good swing trade as well. for alpaca. Wait till it drops below 20 cents and then wait for the next run. That's what it looks like. Alpaca. Where can you trade alpaca besides MEXC? Is it on any big exchanges? I don't think it is. So it's on Binance. Alpaca is on Binance. BitGet, MEXC, Gate.io, BingX. You can do swaps on PancakeSwap. Is it a BSC token initially? If it's on PancakeSwap? All these other low-level exchanges. It's on Uniswap too. But you have to swap BNB. So yeah, it's a BSC token. Got it. It's a BSC token. Good luck. Alpaca. Exactly. No shoulda, coulda, woulda. Could you ask the Magic 8 Ball if I should sell all my Doge and buy Megal? Hey, Magic 8 Ball, some idiot wants to know. That's hilarious. Some idiot wants to know if he should sell all his Doge and buy Megal. Cannot predict now. Cannot predict now is what Magic 8 Ball says. Yeah, I don't know what to think about. I mean, what does the Fed actually do? It produces no value. Exactly. What do they actually do? Monica, it's now a good time to buy. All in on Megal, I guess, right? That Celtics game was a joke, Ryan. That's a joke. An all NBA record of missed three-pointers in the entire history. They missed more three-pointers in this game than has ever been missed. Such a joke. Once they were up by 20 in the third quarter, all they had to do was just drive to the basket. Guaranteed win. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. What about X payments, JS? Think that's coming? Is tomorrow significant? I don't think it is. I think it's going to be a big nothing burger, but people do still get all hyped up about it because it's a FOMC meeting day. And it's what it is. But I think it's a nothing burger. Daniel M is hoping for bad news to bring the price lower. Always have some of those. Porsche's phasing out gas engines, now looking to keep. I'm new, just made 520 pounds on Megal. Book that profit. Nice. Yeah, you got a much better price than I did because I didn't trust that it would go higher like it has. So that's good. Yeah, what about them Warriors, huh? Where's the cat? I don't know. He hasn't come in the office. I don't know where he is. If Doge runs in the fall, that would be the longest four-year cycle ever. Yep. But it could happen. Stuck up on V8s. Could be worth a lot. Proof of cash. Are you guys already planning April Fool's Day next year? You guys have no life. You have no life. But enjoy your time in Clearwater. I know, exactly, right? The up and down pattern for Doge pretty much follows the up and down pattern for Bitcoin. Doge is rugging again, Mango Penguin says. That's why we don't buy Doge. Good luck, dude. Thinking like that. Proof of cash equals show me the money. Exactly. Yeah, don't blame me. Blame Elon. It's all Elon's fault. If you've got a problem with Dogecoin, go tell Elon Musk. I don't want to hear it. It's all Elon's fault. There you go. I found a way to get out of taking the blame. Just blame it on Elon. B3, you sank my battleship. Oh, I get that. A1. I know, Mango. I tried to tell him. Dean won't listen. A lot of algo bot trading, yes. Humble stock, HMBL. Don't know it. How low can you go? I know. Buy high, sell low. It's the best strategy. You're guaranteed to win. Don't Megal around and lose your money. Hey, you found a good use of the word Megal. Exactly. Don't Megal around. I love it. How about everybody hitting the like button? Oh, another 10-cent Doger, guys. We've got another 10-cent Doger in the house. Mango Penguins. I bet you it hits 11 before 10. CDs. So, Mango, the Doge millionaire dude is not in massive debt on Doge because he bought Doge at 4 cents. 4.5 million Doge at 4 cents. He is still in profit. He's up 400%. His credit card debt and all that is because he never sold his Doge. And he was chasing all those other stupid tokens. I think he made money on Floki, but I think he lost money on a ton of other stuff he went chasing. But he hasn't given up on Doge, and he's still in profit. But the profit is all still sitting in Robinhood, right? Because he didn't sell any Doge. So he's rich in Doge. He's poor in cash. He didn't do the proof of cash thing, right? Like selling and taking profits on Dogecoin, like Kriss did. I have proof of house. Proof of house right here. But no, get your story straight about Glauber because he's not in massive debt on Doge. He's way in profit, like 400% profit. He just hasn't taken the profit. So no proof of cash. Yeah, Takoa, I think so. I should change my intro to Megal. No, you don't go all in on Megal. It's a fun thing to swing trade on the side with a small part of your portfolio, make a little money here and there, have some fun with it. You don't go all in on Megal. No. No, 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 no. After investing $1,500, I made $520 on Megal for the first time in my life. I just want to thank Jesus for placing your channel on your algorithm. I've become profitable trading for the first time in my life on a stupid Chinese shit stock called Megal. Now that's a story to tell, isn't it? Megal. Oh, I know, right? I'm new. I mean, what a story to tell, right? Megal. Anthony, if Doge really stands out with all the hype around it, then the price would be astronomically much higher, but it's not. Anthony, we've talked about this. We've talked about this. When the crypto market is red, Doge drops harder than Bitcoin. But when the market completely turns around and goes green, like it was back in November, Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin. That's all you need to know. We've had a red market for 4 months, so Doge is low. It has nothing to do with hype. The entire crypto market is down. Everything is down, and you know that. RR Ducks is trying to tell you that. It isn't just Doge, it's the whole frickin' crypto market that's down. And even me, a supporter of Dogecoin, has consistently said when it's a red crypto market, Doge is going to lose more than Bitcoin and probably other cryptos as well, because Doge is, in the end, still a meme. It goes down harder. It always has. But when we get that green crypto market and we get that hype back and everything's going up, Dogecoin will outperform just about everything. That's why we're in Doge, for that. I know RR. Anthony's, he's just got blinders on. Yes, Bruce. Yes, you guys got me. I know. Aha, you got me. Stop wasting your time. Get the Illuminati cheat chart. Yes, exactly. I want that Illuminati cheat chart. Gold hit another all-time high? I don't think so. It didn't go up that high, did it? I know it was going up. No, not quite. But that's pretty good. 34.31. But not quite as high as it was here on April 21st. 3,500. All right, Christian? 3,500 on April 21st. But yeah, this is a big move for gold. 34.31, but not quite all-time high yet. As soon as we mentioned alpaca, it's moving again. That alpaca thing. A lot of people trading it. What if everyone holds and never sells Doge? It can't go that low. Well, if everyone holds and nobody sells Doge, then there's no trading. You need buyers and sellers. And the bots typically take care of that while we're all sitting around holding. The bots keep trading going. The MACD on the monthly showing we can go down one more time. Yeah, the monthly is just too far out for me. I can't. It could also turn back around and turn green. It's just like, that doesn't, it can just turn around and go green again. So, but if you want to trade based on a monthly time frame, good luck. I just say good luck to that. Four-hour chart, we're about to have a crossover. Oh yeah, the exchanges and the market makers, they're in total control of the markets, except when there's high volume. When there's low volume, the exchanges and market makers are totally in control. We need the volume back to overcome whatever the exchanges and market makers are trying to do. ETH has to choose between staying under support or continuing its uptrend. Interesting timing for news. Yeah, that whole Pectra upgrade is supposed to start tomorrow. I don't know what that means, though, in terms of price. That doesn't mean the price is going to go up. These big things that ETH does tend to not have good effects on its price. Yeah, Daniel, I don't know why people keep coming in here if they don't believe in Dogecoin, and when it's clearly in the title, right, that we're mainly talking about Dogecoin in this live stream. It's like, why even click on it? Anthony, buy low and then sell much, much lower. For Doge Millionaire? No. 4.5 million Doge at 16 cents. Do the math on that. 4.5 million Doge at 16 cents. That's what he has. His wallet is out there. He said he sold for a loss to pay bills and credit cards. Oh, I didn't see that. I mean, I really haven't been following it. But the last I saw, he hadn't sold any. Maybe he did. But he didn't sell for a loss because Dogecoin never went back down to 4 cents. So he didn't sell for a loss. Now, if you compare to, when he had $3 million in his Robinhood account when Doge was at 65, 70 cents, that's different. Remember when Andre Jick and Stefan, what's his name, right? He was at their place and was showing him his portfolio, and Stefan Graham was saying, sell. And Glauber was like, no, Doge is going to $1. I got diamond hands. I'm not selling. Oh, yeah, you can have millions of dollars on Robinhood. Yep. Trump leaned into Powell and whispered FAFO. That's good. That's good. You had more last cycle than pro? I know, proof of house. You like that one? I got proof of house, baby. Should you sell your Megal now? I don't know. What'd you buy it for? It's at $1.86 now that I'm looking at. Yeah, we don't do a lot of that TA stuff, Reaganomics here. TA doesn't mean anything. News will always overcome technical analysis. Megal will outperform Dogecoin. From here? No. Today, yes. But that's how Megal trades. And I've been saying that consistently. You wait, and then it has a crazy day. Today was that day. At least Doge is better than Shiba. Agreed. You watch Miles G, Rod? Yeah, good luck with that. You think he thinks Bitcoin will fill the 92K CME gap? You know, I used to not believe those CME gaps until they kept getting filled. And then it was like, okay, maybe there's something to that. Right. The market makers are in it for themselves and the exchanges. They look out for the exchanges. Hey, no love, how are you? How are you looking at his wallet when he holds it on Robinhood? Mango. Unless he moved it all off of Robinhood. He should have sold and jumped into Graham's pool. Exactly. Yeah, not breaking, Danny. Somebody else told us an hour ago that happened. Yeah, Miles G has some history there. Has some history there with Matt Wallace. Just saying. But he's been in the game for a while. He reads charts. Does all right. Daryl is pretty fun. Crypto trade signals. George, Mega Bull. He's the Mega Bull, except when Bitcoin's crashing, and then he's all about the crash because it gets the views. As long as you know that about George, you'll be fine. That's how George is. All right, gang, that's what we have for tonight. Hey, that was a fun one. We covered a lot. Made some money on Megal. Dogecoin, still pushing 17 cents. We'll see how that goes. But for now, look, I will be live late tomorrow night. So for you folks on the East Coast, especially you, Bruce, and you, Monica, take a nap, right? Because you're retired. Take a nap. And then tune in at 10 o'clock at night. While you're having your ice cream or whatever you do at 10 o'clock at night, right? Because I'll be live then, 10 o'clock at night, tomorrow night. It's going to be a late one. So, Alina, what month in the fall? You saw my January 1st video of my 2025 Dogecoin price prediction. That's still in play. Starting in like mid-late September and then going into October and November. It's right in that time frame. Goodbye, Adine. Nice chatting with you. Good luck with everything. Good luck with your all-in on Megal. Everybody else have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.